All right, I'm probably going to fumble this, but hey, this is Billionaire Talk, and today we have the lovely Lexi joining us today. How you
What's up?
feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good today. How about you, Steph?
I'm feeling good. You know, as I told you the other day, I was a little overwhelmed, but I'm pushing through. That's all you could do.
Yeah,
So outside of that, I do feel good. I feel amazing. I feel radiant. You know,
radiant.
yeah. And then
Oh
we got
yeah.
our shades, so we know.
Yeah, this is new for me.
I'm like trying to put her onto the shades vibe. You know, I don't know. It's like I just feel so comfortable. Like I'm just chilling.
Mm.
I ain't got to overthink things.
Is it something about shielding the portal through your eyes so you feel more comfortable to do things?
Um,
Or what is it, I wonder?
it may be that, but it may be some of that, but I don't know. It's just
Or maybe I'm thinking too deep. I don't
nah. I mean,
know.
that's something I probably should sit more and think about. I mean, like I said, I've gotten to a point where I can, ignore the camera with or without shades, but I just think aesthetically is pleasing, and it is a conversation starter.
It
You
is.
know,
Because those are dope.
thank you. Those are dope too.
Thanks.
The Ray Bans.
Compliments of billionaires.
That's what we do.
Billion eyes.
We billion.
I don't
That we might
know.
could do something with that.
you know? So, what we talking about today, Steph?
Man, I've had this one in the tuck. So you are a talented singer, songwriter, engineer, actor. Is it actor
Thank you.
still or is it actress? I know they changed
Yeah,
it. It's still
actress. Yeah.
actress. Okay, so
hmm
actress, and amongst many other things.
Thank you.
Welcome. Um, when do you feel you've made it? You know how you hear the topic of someone saying, "Yeah, I made it. I finally made it," and a lot of people that is fueled by money, a certain level of success, or being, I guess, widely known.
Yeah.
So for you, what does that look like?
Um, it's funny you asked this because maybe a few months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, I came to an amazing realization for myself. And it's something that I encourage other artists about too, right? Technically, you've already made it. If you're doing what you said you wanted to do, technically you're living the dream. It's just might not be on the level that you expected it to be, right? So for me, technically I've already made it. I said I wanted to be a singer and I wanted to learn a skill that was going to help me as an artist, which is what I did coming to Atlanta to become an audio engineer. And with that, I figured, I could cut my recording costs and build relationships with studio owners. So if I don't have the money to record, then I might have my own setup or I got places I can go because I built those relationships. So from the moment I decided to come here for school and study that, that was a success story. Um, and then I guess the next milestone for me would be okay, I want to be able to do this to the point where I can live off of music. Now, my goal has always been to be the big world renowned superstar, right? I still want that, but I have made it because I'm able to pay my bills, my basic living expenses off of music. And I've been able to do that successfully for like 3, 4 years now. So I have made it, but now I want to make it to the next level.
And I like that you said that because when I was talking about this with someone, which I can't even remember who it was, but I used the example of think of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, right?
hmm
He's super muscular.
Yeah.
He works out. Would that discredit someone who's smaller that also works out if they don't have the muscles that The Rock has? Does that make him someone that doesn't work out?
No.
Exactly. So that's why I said that's when I realized. Well, I realized it before that, but that's when I was like, you know what? I know that we all have in our minds what it means to make it,
Yeah.
but as far as a level of on a level of society, we tend to associate it with that
Yeah.
of yeah, you have to have his muscles to make it.
You gotta be
You
the
got to have his
biggest,
car. You got to have his
the
chain.
richest. Yeah.
And it's not that. It's exactly what you said. It's like, hey, I'm able to live off of what I've worked. Like this is me doing. It. I don't work for nobody. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
I've made it. Now it's just time to grow that. So I stand with you on that one. I agree 100%.
Yeah. I think it's important to measure each milestone for yourself, because if I held on to what I thought my music journey would look like by now, I would be very depressed. And actually, I've been kind of getting to a place where I was getting depressed about it, but I had to realize like, no, I'm a lot further than I used to be before I got to do all of this stuff. And technically, like I've been able to pay my bills off of it. I said that I want to be paid and to travel for music. I've been getting travel opportunities based on the music for the past 3-4 years as well. And so I think people just gotta, there is the high level that we want to get to, but if you're doing what you said you wanted to do, you've already made it. It's just not at the level that you set for yourself, right? So you just got to remember, I did make it. Now, what's the next level, or what does the next step look like for me, to kind of take off that pressure from yourself, you know? Otherwise, you could get depressed, because I'm not Beyonce. So,
And see, it's that type of pressure right there that society puts on us to want to be the next Beyonce, Kanye West, or Timbaland.
yep.
What I used to do while I was studying just these different interviews and videos of Timbaland producing and so forth, it's like when you look at some of the things they do and then you start to see some of the things that you do, and you're like, I'm actually doing the same thing he's doing. Now it kind of removes that whole thing of I'm not as good as him.
Mm,
In fact, you are as good. It's just that you don't have the success that this person has because they've been doing it longer,
they got time on you.
time,
Yeah.
connections, and so forth. And that's really all it is half the time. So I try to tell people now that still have that mindset of comparing themselves to someone else to be like, listen, you're dope at what you do. There's producers that are Grammy nominated or whatever who can make Jersey Club music like I make Jersey Club music. I may
Speak
not be
up.
able to make R&B records like B Cox.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm good at what I do.
yeah.
And I do strongly push that on people. I want them to just, because like you said, it does help to get to a point of depression.
Yeah.
You're like, well, why hasn't this happened yet?
Oh,
Why haven't I gotten this yet?
it'll eat you alive if you let it.
It will. And I like what you said about milestones because now, speaking from a vulnerable place, I have found myself from time to time, naturally forgetting the steps that I've taken along the way to get to where I am now.
Yep.
And it's like, I love this picture that I took on Instagram of my very first setup when I had the MacBook on top of the MacBook box with some KRK speakers.
Oh,
Instant throwback. I might still have it up, but then you see the 65-inch TV with the
with the neon lights and the
and the setup,
speakers
you
and
know
the
what I'm saying?
keyboard, the Akai. Like what?
Talk about it.
What? With your cool shades on.
The cool shades. We got 4 mics now.
What? You got 4?
So
Shout out to AI for the
right.
Shure microphone history.
Hey, look, and it's still got amazing quality.
This is even the comparison between microphones, right?
Mm,
This represents like beginning of the journey. This, what is this,
I like that.
SM57? And now what are you talking on right now for this podcast?
This is my Rode Procaster.
Man, what?
And they cost a lot more, but hey, guess what? They still in this, they do the same thing. It's just a step in the journey.
It's levels.
Started there, ended up here.
So same question for you though about success. When do you feel like you made it? Do you feel like you made it?
I do feel like I've made it. The win is I never really thought about it like that. Um I could probably find a few examples. So I would say maybe the first time I made it was moving here,
To Atlanta.
moving to Atlanta,
Yeah.
and I had my internship. Then hold on, let's make sure this is still going.
The screen went to sleep.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we still good.
Should be.
Yeah, we should be. I gotta be careful because sometimes my stuff be acting weird. It's not
You
even
might have to
reaching.
come on this side.
Yeah, well,
That's cool.
it's gonna be
We're gonna
good.
trust that it's still going.
We gonna try. um, yeah, moving here to Atlanta probably was the first step. Just because a lot of people from where I'm from, they don't leave their backyard, as I used to call it.
Yeah.
But I think you're only as big as you know how you set out to expand. And I wanted to be bigger than my backyard. So when I
So that was the first level,
that was the
the
first
first
level,
milestone to your success,
yeah. And
leaving home.
then I had my internship, and at my internship, I sold my first beat ever for $100.
Internship at Icon?
Hmm.
Hey. Were we interns at the same time?
I think we were
But
because
different groups though
I think we met at
at Icon.
yeah
Yeah.
because I know we both went to AIA, but you said you came in 2013. I had left by then,
Yeah.
so we met at Icon.
Yeah. But I was part of like the marketing group that they were trying to do.
Yeah,
So I guess to bring more attention to the studio.
yeah.
But you were like engineer intern.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Even though I was mostly just behind the desk most of the time. But hey,
Hey. Me
shout out
too.
to
Took me a long time to get those free 4 hours.
man, shout out to Icon.
Shout out to Icon, where
Um,
the legends record.
exactly. And speaking of, apparently interns become legends too.
Yeah.
And so about making it, that's why I look at you and I definitely feel like you are someone who's made it. You're on TV.
I am on
You are on TV.
TV.
Matter of fact, talk
Yeah.
about that. Like, let's touch on that a little bit.
I'm so terrible at talking about myself, which you probably picked up from the coffee dates too. I'd be like, oh, so what does everyone need help with? Nah, Lex, what you need help with?
I mean,
uh,
it's natural.
yeah. Like to talk about like some of the recent things, like the recent successes I've had.
Yes, but with
What
the
you mean?
TV situation, like talk about the show. Because I just went off the Instagram clip. I haven't watched. Is it out?
Which one are you talking about?
What was the? It was a clip with you and this girl. Y'all was having lunch.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the movie.
That's the one
Movie
that's
that
on
came out.
Tubi.
Yeah, it's on Tubi and Amazon Prime. It's called Fling.
I gotta watch that.
And it was written and directed by 2K Films. Shout out to 2K.
Shout out to Kai.
Yeah, that one. So here's the thing about success too, right? We actually finished recording that film in like 2021. So we started it in 2020.
Oh wow.
We were trying to do the distribution and everything, but they said it was too short. So 2021, we came back and did like a whole new scene. But it wasn't until 2024, I think January. Yeah, January is when it got officially onto the networks, onto the platforms Tubi and Amazon Prime. But people looking at it now are like, oh wow, Lex, you did this movie. It just came out now, but they don't know that we've been recorded it like years ago, and it's just now come out 3 years later. So another thing about success is that you have to continue to do the little things, continue to work, but you might not feel the effects of those things, those deposits, until way down the line. It doesn't mean that you're not successful. It's just timing plays a role in a lot of things, at
Yeah.
least to people's perception of how successful we are. Because I knew that I did a movie, but because it hadn't come out yet, no one would believe me, even though I know I've done this project, made it essentially. But yeah.
You just told me something new because, like I said, I know you to constantly be moving around, keeping busy.
Yeah.
I thought this was something you've done recently.
No,
That
that's
was
been done for years. But it's just
dang.
now becoming public to y'all, you know?
That's what's up. See
So,
how this works? That's crazy.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so that was done 4 years ago. It's out now.
hmm
And what else is are there more TV shows you're a part of and movies and
There's another one called Between Blood and Family, which we haven't started filming yet. We actually have to like do some recasting, but I'm really excited for. That's going to be a TV series, which I think we're going to release it on YouTube first and then shop it to different platforms. But I'm excited for that. Production for that is probably going to start up Jennifer, March, April, May, probably like May or June.
okay.
Yeah. But probably the most recent success, which is like a shorter timeline compared to the movie, is finally getting a placement on a TV show for a song that I did, which is and it's not even from my singing, which kind of irritates me a little bit, but I'm going to be grateful. It's for my rap song. It's called Dumb Games, but it recently got placed on Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Okay.
I want to say it's episode 520 is what they told me. But yeah,
Well, shout out to you.
yeah. So that one was like a quicker success. That song was done being recorded, mixed, and mastered in October, about October of 2023. And just now, beginning of March 2024, we find out that it got placed and put into a show. So that's a quicker turnaround, a quicker example of success.
See, this is a great example as to why you can't really measure success or making it by how can I put it? Because it is accolades, but it's the timing of it.
Yeah.
It's like you said, you've done things, but it may take some time to come out. And we hear a lot of producers say, "Yeah, I made this beat for Gucci like back in 2017, and he just now did something to it." And that happens all the time. Me and Trends, we have
hmm
a few songs from our catalog that we've done in 2016 that have made projects within the past 2 years. It's crazy.
And y'all were probably kind of feeling like, oh man, nobody's going to want this. But it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, because sometimes it just catches us all guard. Like I actually have an email from him, no, a screenshot from last year. Somebody had did a song to one of our beats, and he
how
was
long
like,
ago did y'all make that beat?
that was probably 20, depending on the beat, it might have been like 2018. And he sent me the screenshot. He's like, "Did you see this?" I was like, "I rarely even check this email anymore. I didn't even know about it."
Man.
And I'm like, "Did we get paid for this?" I think we actually got paid for it back in 2018 or whatever.
Mm.
But the guy finally put this song out and was
In
asking for the splits and
2024,
everything.
2023,
23.
23.
23.
So from 2018 to 2023.
I mean, and it's funny because it's
Man,
like,
amazing.
I don't want to. Well, you know what? I don't feel no type of way. I don't feel like a crook or anything. But it is
Mhm.
kind of funny when people pay for something and then they don't do anything with it for years on end, and then
Yeah.
it's like, here it is now, and I'm like, bro, I don't forgot about this.
Yeah.
Like, I done did 10, 15, 30 other things since then.
Listen,
But hey, keep it going.
that's the important part too, though. It's not like y'all just stopped with that one sale back in 2018.
Nah.
You never know the time. And did I do a Lex chat on this? I don't know. I'm going to, though, if I haven't already. But not taking things personally has been like a phrase that's been in my head the past month or two.
Mm.
Um, because y'all could have taken it personally, or it could have felt like a blow to your success that, dang, they bought this beat back in 2018 and it takes 5 years for them to actually do something with it or, put it out. But you can't take it personally because we don't really have control over other people's timelines or just how things go. The best that we can do is continue to just work each day, make those deposits each day,
Hmm.
and just let it be what it's going to be.
One of the things that helped me was when my bro Deltas, He told me nobody owes you shit. And ever since then, those words have like lived with me. And it definitely helped me to be like, all right, well, this person didn't share my link. This person didn't listen to my music. This person didn't buy this beat when they said they would, or they never put the song out. Nobody owes you shit. So since then, I've just been like, well, do what you want. It is what it is. I mean, just be smart about it. My whole thing is, if you pay me for it, cool. But after you pay me for it, whatever you do from that point on is on you. You don't owe me anything other than that munyan.
Yeah.
Or what they say now, the munyan.
Munyans.
Munyan.
The munyans.
I'll never do that again. I was just being funny. But
You're not gonna say munyans?
nah, I've never been big on like trying to fit in with different trends. Like I've said cap here and there, but that ain't my thing. Period.
Not you being inspirational.
That's what that is. You got jokes.
That's how they talk now.
Nah, but
not you making sense.
Oh
okay.
my god.
Period.
Nah, just I'm from Jersey. I do still got a bit of that old school vibe with me. So I may incorporate certain things, but I just love the terminologies that me and my friends had from high school.
Yeah.
Inside, of course, we still do it, but if you know me long enough and you hear how I speak, I'm not cap every 5 seconds. I'm not
like crazy, bro.
Even bruh, after a while, I had to really train myself to start saying bruh.
What about you in Atlanta? You don't say fa?
Hell no. I still say that
for real, huge step. Like, that shit you did last week, that shit was fa.
That was dope?
That was fa.
I appreciate that.
I fuck with you, my boy.
For sure.
For sure, man.
Dope.
That's how they be talking in Atlanta.
I'll do for sure. I'll say that.
For sure.
I think that's more universal, but
what about cool beans?
Cool beans, that comes out every so often. We did that. That's familiar for me. What else we got? I like this. What else?
For me, I still say yes sir. That's a Texas thing.
That's Texas?
Yeah.
That's where that came from?
Well, from my childhood, yeah.
I never knew that. I just heard it and ran with it.
YEZZIR. That's how I spell it.
I mostly text that to people to confirm something.
Mm-hmm.
They be like, yo, we locked in for money? Yes, sir.
Yes,
with a bunch of R's and Z's and all that. So, okay. All right, Texas. I like that, Texas.
Yep. I was saying that in middle school. And it's just something I never let go because I just like it.
Pause is definitely one of those things from Dipset that still to this day.
Oh, I heard of a new one, right? Instead of saying no homo, people are saying no Diddy.
Hey,
that's
man.
The latest.
No Diddy?
No Diddy.
No Diddy doubt?
Hey, bro, you smell amazing. What is that fragrance? No Diddy, though.
Yeah, no Diddy, though.
No Diddy, though.
That's funny. I don't know. Are you going to use that?
No, I'm not going to use it.
No. I don't think I'm going to use it either.
I think I'm good with pause.
I think so, too.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
Okay, let me ask you something.
What's up?
As a woman, I'm trying to think, is this plausible for you? What if
more things are acceptable for women?
Exactly.
But what is it though?
Okay, so sometimes me and Raven, when we're flirting, I'll be like, damn, what does she say? I'm trying to remember what she says. She'll say something that basically I'm in my right to say because I'm heterosexual man. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? She's a female. I'm supposed to say something about how she looks, or I'm supposed to flirt with her in general. So I don't know. I'll say maybe like, I don't know, your jeans look nice today. And she'll be like, pause.
She might just be messing with you.
No, my bad. Now I got it. That was a horrible example because that wasn't right. She'll say something like, no, I'll be like, yeah, so you're gonna open your mouth for this, right? And it may just be like food or something.
Whoa.
She'll be like, pause. I'm like, no, it's not pause. That's exactly press play.
You're who I'm supposed to say this to.
Yes, this is supposed to be this way. So I think I'm asking, Something like that. Is that a pausable moment for you
Mm,
from a dude?
you gonna open your mouth? Huh? No, not for me.
Okay, okay, okay.
Now, if I'm just messing with you, I might be like, "Hey, pause. Whoa,
So now, other way around. What if she was like, "Yo, open your mouth"? Should I say pause?
yeah, yeah."
But it's a female.
Uh, so even though it's a straight, like y'all straight,
Yeah.
but dudes don't typically open their mouth to take stuff in.
Fuck that. You put some pussy in my face.
Well, there's that. Yeah,
Titty.
you know,
I mean, I ain't as freaky as other niggas, but some
some
people could do
food,
feet, toes, whatever.
toes.
But
Yeah,
me personally, I'm not pausing that.
it's just I don't know. People think it's a little sassy
I get it.
for dudes
It's
to.
zesty.
It's zesty. Yeah,
I get it.
people
I get
think
it.
that
But fuck that shit. I'm
you a
really
man about yours.
standing 10
Yeah,
toes. I'm standing
gotta
on.
stay secure in it.
You know?
Do you want to check that just in case?
Probably
Because the
should.
screen just went to sleep.
Yeah, that scares me.
I would venture to say we're still good if your computer is anything like mine.
I think so too. But
Yeah.
my computer has been acting weird. So yeah, we definitely gonna check on that. Can you hold the merchandise, please?
Oh, sure.
Instead of-
Whoa. Shit. No, I wouldn't do that. That would be terrible. La-di-da-di-da-da. Sleeping. La-di-da-di-da-da-da-da. We interrupt this regularly scheduled program.
Pardon that delay. We are back in action. We had some minor technical difficulties, but our lovely co-host had held it down and made it very entertaining.
If it caught any of that, I don't know.
It didn't.
Did it?
It didn't. The camera, maybe we could use that as bonus footage
Maybe so.
without the beautiful audio captured by the mic. But iPhone does a pretty good job at their audio, so
yeah,
make some shade.
dope.
All right, so where are we now? I know we had a second topic. I would love for you to introduce it.
Are we talking about streaming?
We are talking about streaming because
Okay.
I've been wanting to get with you for a while.
We've been talking about this for a minute.
Man,
Yeah.
it's finally happening.
So, the conversation of streaming, there's this misconception, especially with newer artists, that the focus should be on how many streams can I get. And I don't believe in streaming as much as a lot of other people do. I'm very much so this stems from a lot of different things for me, but the main thing for me being that I recognize that streaming is just not a good payout compared to if people pay for tickets to come see you, or if people pay for merch, or if people buy the music from me directly. Streaming will never be able to amount to like the sale of physical copies of music. And so, yeah, we talked about this a little bit when it came to my album and how I went about selling that, actually having physical copies of it. And yeah, where should we start on that conversation?
Okay, I think I got a starting point.
Okay.
So you are someone who has actually experienced streams, putting your music out on these digital platforms, and you also have sold physical copies of your music.
Yes.
What's the difference of that?
Definitely the pay. The pay is the biggest difference. So, I've made way more money selling physical albums than I have with streaming. And I got to pull out my calculator real quick because I hit my goal. I just wanted to do, and this might sound like small time to other people, but this kind of ties into the whole success conversation as well, where it might not sound like a lot to some people, but compared to what I was not getting for streaming, this in my head is a huge success. So my album, Love Reset, produced by Maurice Beats, came out July 4th, 2023. And my goal was by the end of 2024, I want to sell 20 physical copies. So I was able to, thanks to Maurice with his recommendation, it's this site called Kunaki where you can get CDs and vinyls. I think they have other things, DVDs, but CDs and vinyl would be the main focus, right? You can get them pressed up for fairly cheap, and they take you through a whole process of how you can design your cover and all of this. But basically, I'll go through there and order my CDs. Before the album came out, I did a bunch of pre-sale stuff and pre-save stuff and asking people who might support me, hey, do y'all want to buy an album? And got a lot of hits off of that. I think I sold 10. I think I sold like 5 to 10 before the album even came out. Yeah.
Okay.
But my goal was to sell 20 physical copies by the end of 2023, which I hit my goal. And I sold those albums for like $20 to $25, depending on if people just wanted the album or if they wanted a signed copy.
20 to 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 20 units. Let's just say times $20. That's $400 that I made in sales from physical copies of my music being sold. Now, let's say that the cost of those CDs, it was honestly okay. I feel like I don't want to give away too much sauce, but
Don't give away all the sauce.
let me see. How much did it cost? We'll say this much. Let's say it was like $6 to $8 to get the CD pressed up and sent off to wherever it had to go. So that's maybe like $120 if we go with the $6, right? So 20 times 6, that's 120. So that's 400 minus the cost. That's 280. And then I split that in half with my producer, which would have been like 140 for each of us. I think it's actually more than that we made, but yeah, me and my producer made, we'll just say that we made 200 a piece because we split it down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for streaming, my streaming numbers don't look the best. You know, under 1,000 for a lot of the streams, but whatever. Streaming, I would only get paid like a tenth of a penny per stream. So shameful.
Damn it.
If I had 100 streams, well, let me do backwards. So if I sold $400 in physical sales of the albums, if I multiply this by a tenth of a penny, 40 cents. I don't know if that makes sense. Hold on.
0.004.
Let me do 1,000 times. So, okay. What I'm doing right now is 0.001, which that's like a tenth of a penny, right?
Mm.
If I had 1,000 streams at a tenth of a penny per stream, that's $1 for 1,000 streams.
You're splitting that dollar too. Don't forget, you're splitting that dollar.
I'm splitting that dollar. So really 50 cents because the project was 50-50. But that's 1,000 streams.
Oh, man.
And I made 400 by selling directly to people who support me. Yeah. In my mind, I would much rather sell to 20 people versus 1,000 people.
That's all you need. This has been broken down time after time. If you have at least 10 people that truly support you, you set your price. That's the difference between $100, $1,000, $50, whatever the price is for your what you're selling. And the greatest part is you set the value for that. It's your value.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a separate video about what I'm about to say because I really wanted to dive in the concept of how valuable music is today.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this. Gas costs more than music.
Yeah. Like gas prices?
Putting gas prices.
Me to
per gallon.
put gas in my car today, premium is $4.05.
So a full tank is what?
It was like $55 today.
So
ridiculous.
It costs more to fill up your tank than it does to purchase music. This microphone, the filter on this microphone costs more than what music is worth.
Mm.
And then I look at it like, okay, A lot of the artists that we work with, you can see where their priorities are. If they have, and no disrespect to nobody, I get everybody has their thing, but when let me just stick to the program. Weed, alcohol, relos, wraps,
Bitches.
papers,
Nah,
leaves, all these things.
the
You
drugs.
said I
Yeah.
just called what you said. You funny. Hey, but you know what? That is an expense for some people.
Like,
All these things are worth more than your music. Why is that a thing? That should not be okay. That should not be normal. And we still are striving to put our music on these platforms
mm-hmm.
that devalue our music. Why the hell does a Rello cost more than my song that I've spent?
So, even just going to the studio, right? Let's say you spent $100 to $200 for a couple hours to record the song. And a lot of these artists won't even bother getting it mixed and mastered,
Nope.
unfortunately. But and then you sell your song for like what, 99 cents to $1.29
Still crazy to
if
me.
people go to iTunes to even buy it in the first place. How much is a pack of Rillos? Like $2, $2.99?
Something like that when they ain't taxing.
Hmm. How many times your homeboys buy you Rillos, but they won't even go on iTunes and buy your
music.
song 2 or 3 times?
Think about that. Like really think about where the love is.
Or liquor. Like weed and liquor is the main thing that I'll see in a studio. And sure, it enhances the vibe. It makes the session look cool if people are posting it on social media, but that's not where the values should be put into. You're creating something and you're sharing it with people, but the goal is to make a living off of this. Why are you more interested in what it looks like versus what it actually is? That's the problem I usually have with a lot of artists. They want to look successful without actually taking the steps to build the foundation to be and stay successful.
I think a lot of that is conditioning to believe that when we see our favorite rappers living a lifestyle and they're always looking like this publicly, we associate that with, hey man, if I dress like this, if I look like money, people might think I actually got money. And, now I got to develop that mindset and keep up with this facade. And hey, maybe one day it could become reality. I think that's what it is. A lot of people are just conditioned. And I don't, looks do matter.
Yeah,
Looks
they
do
do.
matter. They definitely do
They
matter.
do.
But the funny thing is when you see a lot of these celebrities in person on a day-to-day basis, regular,
They ain't done up like that.
they're not. I'm not gonna say no names.
Someone immediately came to mind who we were talking about earlier off camera. And they clowned her because they saw her like before a concert or something.
That's another good situation.
Mm-hmm.
The person I'm thinking of is a male artist,
Mm-hmm.
big male artist.
Mm-hmm.
There was a young lady that said they seen him at Perimeter Mall way back, and she almost couldn't tell it was him because he just looked.
He wasn't fresh though.
He wasn't fresh. He looked dusty. It was what she said.
Dang, called him dusty.
Said he was looking crazy.
And he probably got mad accolades, but you judging him based off of that one interaction
Oh,
at Perimeter.
he's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's why I be saying, I've heard Rihanna sometimes her studio sessions is just her in a hoodie and the sweatpants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing, studio is that studio etiquette? No, that's not studio.
What are you thinking?
Just being comfortable.
That's just vibes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel uptight and like I can't because the whole point of coming to the studio is to capture an energy on the song.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel too pressured to look a certain way and be a certain way, you're probably not going to perform your best in the studio. So you gotta what's gonna make you comfortable, what's gonna get your best vibe. And if it's sweats and a hoodie and I don't feel like combing my hair, that's what it is. J. Cole be looking homeless after coming out the studio. So another example of why like you can't really judge people. When people are, how do I say this? Is a lot of contradiction, like seemingly a lot of contradiction, right?
Right.
Between what success is and what it looks like. J. Cole would be a good example of when he just finished recording one of his best pieces of work, right? Why does he come out the studio looking homeless? People would say.
But you know what? I love that because, you know, he's doing what he wants to do and he's comfortable. And that's what it's really about.
He's locked in.
A lot of people who have seen me work with them, I'm usually in, look like I'm about to go to the gym or I came from the gym. It's rare that I'll probably just, dress up because if somebody's trying to shoot a music video and, all this other stuff. But if I could have it my way 100% of the time, I would legit look like this all the time recording. It's like, it's more about the song than the look.
It should be.
It should be.
So, unfortunately, especially for women too, we get judged very harshly for not maintaining appearances all the time. But yeah, the music is what's supposed to matter more. And why are you concerned about how I look in my everyday life versus and when you pay your money to come see me in concert? Yes, of course, I want to be looking good for the audience and showing out to provide y'all with a good experience. But don't judge me on the days when I'm not working. Because what you see on stage, what you see in the music videos, that's me working. That's providing a certain experience for y'all, for the audience, the fans.
And we're supposed to be in, according to them, to their perception, we're supposed to be in work mode all the time,
24/7.
24/7, and that's not realistic.
Nah. There's this person I listen to, Kev on Stage and that chick Angel. They have this podcast called Here's the Thing. And they've talked about it before. Where have you listened or watched before?
I may have came across a clip once upon a time.
I really love that podcast. Y'all go check it out.
I'll have to tap into it.
But he would talk about how his family gets a different experience of him compared to what his fans get when he's on stage, compared to how he is in everyday life when people see him off the stage. And trying to get people to understand that the crazy high energy person that you see on stage, his wife and kids don't get that. They see the chill version of him because he doesn't have to put on a show, essentially, you know?
Hmm.
Or you might hear stories about people meeting celebrities on the street and maybe they're not the friendliest. They're not really working, they're just going about their everyday life. So then you're not going to get the same energy outside of the experience that they would be trying to provide you had you paid for tickets to go to a show, you know?
A lot of people don't realize that some of these celebrities have like social anxiety,
Yeah.
and even beyond that, they just may be socially awkward. Because again, you are putting on a show, but if you actually know someone, like me, I'm able to be introvert and extrovert at the same time. I have my moments when I'm shy, and I got my moments when I'm outspoken. But like I'll say this: I think my weirdest moments for me may have been what happened to me that I thought was kind of weird. That was like a I made it moment.
Somebody recognized you, but you didn't recognize them.
That does happen. That happens a lot. But
Too much.
I think okay, let me just use the one that I'm remembering. I actually like it, but it still was weird at the moment when it happened. But my homeboy, he's like a huge supporter of, my music and whatnot. Um, swear on everything. He had called me, and I'm thinking he's just doing his regular call and chop it up with me type of things. He's at a party. He FaceTime me because that's how we talk. We FaceTime. And all you heard was, yo, this my bro. He from Atlanta. He got songs on the radio. Yo, that's my dog. And I'm just like, what in the I wasn't expecting it. And then it gets even crazier. I guess one of the girls that was nearby, well, she's an older woman, I think, a little bit older. She's nearby. She hears him. And then she gets on the phone and she's like, wait, wait, wait. I know you. I have you as a friend on Facebook. I said, oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, nice to meet you, I guess.
Mm.
All awkward. Gets even more weird. Not in a bad way. She's she then goes and says, so hey, I have a daughter who's a model, and she's really talented, and she's talking about her. And the whole time in my head, I'm just like, I mean, I'm a music producer engineer. I don't know how I can help her,
Mm.
but I'm just letting her, do her
Mm-hmm.
thing, get it off.
Yeah.
And I mean, one thing for sure, I do try to look out for people the best way I can. Like, if I was to come across somebody that's looking for a model, that's where that would make sense.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was just caught off guard by everything. So I'm just like, nice, she looks nice. I think she showed me her Instagram, or told me to look her Instagram up. I was like, yeah, she's a beautiful young lady. But again, in my head, I'm like, I can't
Maybe you
do
could get
anything.
her onto some music videos or something.
I've actually done that,
Mm. Maybe that's what she was thinking.
but she's in New York.
You big time. You on the radio, man.
Oh yeah, I
What you
forgot.
mean? That's nothing.
I got to start acting like I wear the shoes I
Ain't
wear.
ain't nothing to get flued out.
You right. You right.
You know.
Who flying her out?
Hey man,
Hey,
you
man.
make the big bucks. I don't know.
I don't know that girl. Nah, but yeah, man. Matter of fact, so what's your weird celebrity moment, if you've had any?
um, not to sound conceited or
Not the
nothing,
tea.
but there's just been like multiple times where I'll go to the studio and people will remember working with me and I don't remember their face or their name, and I'll feel very embarrassed that I don't remember working with them. And mind you, it might have been years since we worked together, but it's like I'm usually pretty good with remembering people. But it's been more than one. It's been like three or four occasions where someone has said that they met me before, and I'm just like, oh, okay. That awkward
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah, oh
And your
yeah.
voice gets high for
How
no
you
reason.
been?
Oh wow, that's crazy. I recently had another kind of moment like that too, where I found out that a neighbor of mine remembers working with me like 2-3 years ago in like a label situation. Well, he recognized me from working in the studio, and then he said that we also worked on the same music video set together. And I found out that was my neighbor.
He knows you. Knows you.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. He said we met, and I was like, wow. Well, good, good to meet you again.
Yo, the good to meet you again is the ultimate giveaway. Like, yeah, nice to meet you
Oh
again.
man, but it made me feel pretty good because to kind of like to kind of I guess wheel in the whole success conversation. I've always wanted to have influence. That's always been my main goal as a music artist. And again, I could have put myself in a depressive state thinking about how I thought my influence would look versus what it actually looks like right now. But being in the studio and working with all these people and coaching artists on how to perform or, how to give me a better delivery, that is influence. And people are
Facts.
remembering that influence. So it's like, wow, I remember writing this in my notebook that I would have influence over people. And now people are recognizing me. I might not feel like a superstar, but I'm having these little celebrity moments. And it's like, okay, Lord, you're making me feel good right now.
Man, that outside looking in, it's like if we could just see what other people see.
Right.
Because even me, like I told you, seeing the stuff I've seen on your Instagram and stuff that you've shared both online and in person,
Mm-hmm.
I just be looking like, yo, Lexi, you really that. You really that.
And I'll be
Like,
thinking to myself, like, there's so much I'm still not doing. I don't answer my text messages properly.
think about
I'm
it this
still
way,
freaking out about stuff like that.
which is, and it's a part of us.
Mm-hmm.
But let me be the outside looking in real quick. Let me talk your shit for you.
It's okay. Oh, gosh.
Movies, acting. You're a hell of a voice actor.
Thank you.
I think every time I see you, I say that. You know what I'm saying? A songwriter. You can rap your ass off, even though you're a singer.
Rap.
You're an artist.
I'm an
You're an
artist.
artist. So that's
I have
how
to.
that's.
I have to accept that part.
Real quick, before I
Yeah.
carry on, do
Mm.
you feel that you're more. So, okay, so you can rap, you can sing,
Mm-hmm.
but I call that being an artist.
Yeah.
Is it just that, or do you think you're more of this or that?
I'm an artist. I can step into what I want to. And I think I'm
I like
pretty
that.
good at singing. And I think I'm pretty good, even though I wouldn't call myself a rapper, I think I'm pretty good at rapping if I want to be,
Rapping circles around some of these rappers.
And in my opinion, my rap is like the most mediocre of what I can give people. I really pour my heart out into my R&B music, but the rap just been getting more love than my R&B stuff. So, maybe that's God and the universe. I don't I don't have any expectations as to how how the artist thing is gonna go. I just whatever I feel, let's make it and let's see how far I can push it and what other opportunities it brings. So yeah.
That's actually what helped me to get back feeling comfortable with writing and being an artist myself.
Yeah.
I'm just at a point now where I could just have fun with it. I'm not trying to be the best at anything.
My motto, one of my mottos,
What's that?
fuck it. Why not?
And I live by that at this point. Fuck it, why
Yes.
not?
Because there's so many gifts that you're sitting on by not exploring that part of yourself. I don't know if were you like fearful of judgment, or I know people tell me I'm doing too much and I should just focus on being a singer. But if it weren't for me branching out to do other things, I don't feel like I would have as much influence or be recognized or have some of the opportunities pop up that have popped up for me, So
That's a
you
good point.
being a producer and a songwriter and now artist again for yourself, that's amazing. Studio owner, But what I guess blessings or successes have you potentially slowed down for yourself because you were afraid to explore that side of yourself?
It's a mix of things. Dang, is it a fear?
Is it?
That's a good question.
Mm.
I do know I do know that because I have my hands in a lot of different things, you know, sometimes I do try to stick with one thing and master that. Um, so with songwriting, and it could be that too. Just I'm used to being resourceful. Part of me being Steph C or Hugh Steph or whatever is the fact that I'm very resourceful.
What's the new one? Flame Hefner?
That's for gaming.
Okay.
That's
But
for
yeah,
gaming.
but even that too, that's a new side of yourself that you're allowing to share with people,
If you really want to, if you use that, technically I was a gamer before I was a musician because
Hey,
when you were a kid, I come home from school, first thing I did was pick up the controller.
the game is life.
Dragon Ball Z, Sonic, just
What? You had Dragon Ball on PlayStation?
yeah,
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
Oh man.
I had
I had the Inuyasha one.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Wow, how was that?
I liked it. It was cute.
Was the is the TV show better than the game?
Yes. Yeah.
I
The
can see
game
that.
is not as detailed as I thought it would be compared to the show,
Mm.
but I loved Inuyasha so much that I didn't care.
Right, yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think a lot of my concern was also just, hey, if I can't do it, I know somebody who could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I was just focusing on one thing, so I automatically would call Lexi to, vocal produce, or I'll call Lexi to co-write, or something like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the timing was good because where I'm at now, just you know, Neon Love with Shalon,
Yeah.
we wrote that together.
Mm-hmm.
You and Your Best Friend, I co-wrote that with Mello. You know what I'm saying? So
Pose.
that was all me.
That was all you.
That was all me. So it's like now I'm starting to see, okay, I don't have to always look for other people. And then the problem with looking for other people to do what you can do is you got to kind of wait. You got to be on their
The
time.
timelines. Yeah.
And the more self-efficient I become, I'm not trying to really wait on other people's time. I kind of need things done when I need it to be done
Yeah.
if I'm the overseer of this project. And that's how I treat it. So yeah, that kind of helped me to be like, yo, you're an artist, you back in your artist bag, you having fun with it,
Yeah.
you're good at it, you've put out great music that you actually have co-written. So why not?
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Why
Why not?
not?
Oh man, that was perfect.
But
Yeah,
I think what's great about that is so it's like flipping for us, I think, right? So you probably started out really honing in on one specialty, but you've probably done a better job of maintaining and nurturing relationships because of how you're able to, or because of your resourcefulness. So you probably utilize your network a lot more. Whereas with
definitely.
me, uh, I be broke, right? So my resourcefulness is I'm gonna figure out how to do a bunch of stuff by myself until I can get the money to pay people to do whatever. But that would cause me to not reach out to people because I don't want to wait. I don't want other people's timelines to affect me. But that has kind of put me in an isolated position. But now, since like it seems like it's flipped for us, now you're ready to take on more skills for yourself. And now I'm at a point where I'm ready to network more and utilize people that I know more
The
versus
trade-off is
just being by
crazy.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's anything I could share is it does get to where you are comfortable and especially you can learn things about yourself. Like
Hmm.
being able to network is an amazing skill to have. It's
Yeah.
not as easy as people think.
Yeah.
I've been told that I have the gift to be able to just walk up to a complete stranger and hey, I'm Steph, this is what I do. And I've made a connection
Hmm.
that later put this person in the room with this person. They had whatever dealings and now they've opened up a business together.
Yeah.
And that's another going back to the success and making it aspect. I can add that to my list because I have done that, and that's an amazing feeling.
Hugh Stefner, the dot connector.
That was my thing. I do call myself a dot connector.
Hey.
It's like I told you, hey, if I can't do it, I know somebody that can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point you in the right direction. It's an amazing gift, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do what you do and then also to see that people have made money from a simple conversation or introduction.
Yeah.
I take tremendous pride in that. Um, so yeah, I could. That's my thoughts to share with you on my experience as being a dot connector, a networker.
Yeah. I'm uh I'm definitely trying to get more like you on that and trying to find a balance of when I can lean into myself and when it's okay to reach out to other people. Give people this is what I need to work on for myself. Give people the opportunity to help you. Because a lot of times I wouldn't even bother asking. So of course the answer would always be no if I'm trying to involve other people because I just wouldn't ask them.
Yeah.
But now I'm giving people the opportunity to tell me no. And that's been a cool space for me to just see who can I work with, who is actually there after they said they would be, you know? Like
Mm.
even if it's just, oh, Lex, if you need somebody to talk to, even just testing those bounds, I'm more open to doing that instead of staying isolated like I've been doing for so long.
You know what? You just made me think of something. I think that's a part of why I have a really good skill of networking and talking to people because I've had a lot of female friends throughout the years, like high school and a bit of college, that they would always come to me and ask for advice or they would share. I was that go-to guy.
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes it's looked at as a negative, but I don't think so. It's like, listen, I have a way of connecting with people and helping them to see things inside themselves and helping them get past a rough situation
Yeah.
or, whatever have you. another thing I take great pride in. So I'm glad that people come to me with their problems and I'm able to offer some type of light through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Now, not gonna lie, it's more exclusive now these days. I'm not
The
as
advice giving.
available, man, because some people just don't listen. It's like, why am I talking to you? You're not listening anyway.
That would definitely irritate me. And I've definitely distanced myself from people. Like, I want to be here for you and be a good friend or whatever. But as a good friend, I can't just keep listening to you tell me the same problems over and over again, you know?
After I told you the solution and you just seem to refuse to listen to the
Yeah.
solution.
You asked for a solution and I gave you one and you still didn't do what you got to do. Yeah.
How many times do you, how many times do you have to come to me and say, you know, man, I don't trust this girl. She be taking my money, but you keep letting her in the house. Like you leave your wallet out in open sight, and you
Oh,
keep
like
having this.
actually stealing.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. I thought you meant like she always getting him to buy food and buy things.
that too.
Oh, she getting over.
How many times? Yeah, I don't know if this girl like me. I mean, she seems to be to flourish when I take her out to eat, but you know, when she get back home, I don't hear nothing.
Mm.
Then it may be like 3 days in between next time I hear from her, and it's always conveniently around 2 o'clock. I noticed she eats lunch around 2.
Oh, wow. Sound like he connected the dots already for himself.
And you know, it's crazy, and it'd be they miss it. It's right there when they're
Mm.
explaining the issue, and it's like, look at the pattern. 2 o'clock, she's hungry.
Every 2, 3 days.
When y'all do hang out, y'all
Money.
only go out to eat. When she goes home, you don't hear from her. Is it not registering?
Mm. Now, I will say, I probably have gotten on your nerves a couple of times.
Never.
Okay. Because I can at least admit when I'm being dumb. And I know when I'm being dumb. But
And I respect that because
yeah, some people just, I guess, don't see it. But I would like to think I have pretty good self awareness when it comes to stuff like that. But for other people, let us not keep talking about the same issues and we're talking about it for a fourth or fifth time and there's still no progress or some sort of change. That would frustrate me.
and I get it. Some people just have to learn the hard way. I am a
Yeah.
strong advocate of learning the hard way. It is necessary, but let's avoid that if we can.
If we can't. The wiser thing to do would be to not learn it the hard way. The hard way would be like personal experience, right?
Right.
The wiser thing to do would be listening to the experiences and observing the experiences of others and then making an executive decision to move accordingly based on the common experiences of others. That would be the wiser thing to do.
What's the saying? A smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
There you go. There you go.
And I think I've become pretty wise.
Yeah,
I think so.
that's good.
Wise and smart. I had to learn from a few mistakes of my own.
Wise and smart. There's a difference between smart and wise?
I mean, I'm just saying because I was the smart man, then there was other situation where I was the wise man.
Gotcha. Where it's like, I don't need to go through this. I've already seen this play out too many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Never think that you are the exception to the rule.
Definitely not, because you're gonna have a rude awakening. Like,
yeah.
You're not gonna like. You're
them
not gonna
odds are not going to be in your favor.
at all. Oddly enough,
Oddly enough, the odds were not in their favor.
there she go.
I like to do accents, but yeah,
We could play with that. I think we could do not me trying to make you the co-host, but
not you using that slang.
what I say?
Not me trying to make it a.
That happened. That did just happen.
It did.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so you getting with the vernacular.
You know what? I think that just means I'm comfortable with you.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Gotta ignore the camera. Just act like we just chilling, having a conversation.
We're just having a conversation. Let it
First
flow.
off, did you do that on purpose? The socks matching the top.
Yes.
I see.
And my shoes got a little orange accent going on. So,
I see.
a look coordinated,
Okay. Doing the damn thing.
I suppose.
I'm matching a little bit. You know, I got the pillow ball and the this is technically blue, but it looks black on camera. So we just going
Yeah.
it's just gonna be black today.
A very deep blue because I didn't know that either.
What's crazy is when I first got the couch and was setting it up, the sunlight was hitting it, and you can clearly see that it's a dark blue. But when I had it on camera, it looked jet black,
Interesting.
and maybe the fibers kind of looked a bit crystallized. So
Yeah.
it looked real nice, but it it was to the point where I sent it to my mother, aunt, and grandmother and asked their opinion in our group chat. I was like, "Is this black?"
What color is this couch?
Funny enough, I actually got three different answers. I got black,
Wow.
charcoal, blue. No, I think yeah, charcoal. I did get black, and then I got like a smoky gray or smoky blue, something like that.
That's like what color is this dress from a few years ago? Is it white or blue? Some people saw white, some people saw blue.
Those tests are crazy.
Yeah. Cuz if you switch your brain in a way, then you can see both ways.
I'm about to tell you something that I never told anyone,
Mm.
and maybe you can chime in on it.
Okay.
I noticed that my eyes, my left and my right eye, the colors are like the hue is different from how I see. I don't remember which one it is, but one eye has like a red hue, the other one has like a green hue.
Hmm.
I learned this as a kid because I used to do this. Like, well, I don't know if you can see, but
I
I'll
know.
close one eye, look with the other, and switch back and forth, and I would notice a slight difference in the hue.
Like what you're seeing
What
out of
I'm
each
seeing
eye.
is like one is actually red and one is green. It's
So
crazy.
that's why your name is Hugh Stephanie. I'm kidding. I'm
Ah,
kidding.
she got the jaws.
I made a funny.
Made a ha ha.
Different hues. Okay.
You know what? I just seen what you did. That okay. I'm a little slow today.
Okay.
I like what you did there, but you got the bars. I think you're rapping,
Oh,
subconsciously rapping.
oh gosh.
Don't run from it. I mean, these are your talents.
You know, I often laugh with God. It's like, all right, Lord, if I blow up for rapping, it is what it is.
Go crazy.
It is what
Wait,
it
wait.
is.
Fuck it. Why not?
Fuck it. Why not?
Man, I do think a lot of people have that experience that they find success in ways they didn't expect. You know, s- striving to be well, not striving to be the best again, because I never wanted to be the best producer, but I did want to be a successful producer.
Yeah.
But at one point in time, actually, even still to this day, I think my primary source of income is through engineering
Yeah.
versus selling beats.
Yeah.
I never realized it was going to be that. I thought I was just going to be, hey, I got a beat here, I got another beat. Oh, you need a project done? Okay, I can do this project for X amount.
I admire that about you.
Hmm.
Um, how do I word this? I don't know what's happened to me over the years, but like I think and speak a little slower than I used to. But that's for another conversation for another day. But I admire people like you and people like me who we are part of an industry. We have a skill, but we recognize that there are other things around that skill that we could learn that will complement it and will still be within the same realm of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, for me, being a singer, my dad would always say, like, well, you can't just be a singer. You got to know how to do other stuff. And that kind of motivated me to think, okay, what positions, what kind of people surround singers? How does the music even get made? I have the voice, but who's recording the voice? And I used to look back on the albums and see, oh, there's this title, engineer. Oh, there's recording engineer. There's mixing engineer. There's mastering engineer. What studios? What is a studio? Where are these studios? And just that, the willingness and the curiosity to recognize I'm a producer, but I could also bring value and probably put myself in better positions having the skill of engineering as well.
I figured that out probably around Icon Studio days.
Yeah.
I realized, you know, after I had sold my first beat, or even leading up to it, I said, "Yo, this is kind of hard."
Mm.
You know,
Being a salesman.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, something just came to me, and I was like, okay, maybe if I become an engineer, I can pitch my production.
You already in the room.
I'm already in the room. Artists be looking for these YouTube type beats. I make beats.
Mm.
Hey, why don't you? What's up? I
Why don't
got
you
you.
get something more custom that 20,000 people haven't already heard
Yeah, you
and
know,
probably bought the little $40 lease?
with the tag still in it.
That reminds me, a beat that I got in the movie actually. A clip went viral of that exact same beat playing in some club, but it wasn't my song.
Ah,
I was I wasn't upset. I ain't gonna lie, because I only paid for the little MP3 lease. But
I mean, hey.
you just reminded me of that though.
But see, this is what we talk to people about,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll really have the nerve to turn around and get mad. But hey, man, that was my beat. How my beat over there?
No, that was
No,
yours
you jacked
and
it
the twenty
and you
thousand
did a
people that
song to
viewed
it.
it.
The only thing that's yours is the lyrics, but that beat is for the streets.
Mm.
It's everybody got a piece of that.
How do you feel about type beats and selling beats through YouTube, or I guess advertising beats through YouTube?
Can I give you the full scope?
Give us the full scope.
The full scope is starting out. I was trying to fit in. I was doing the type beat. I never, maybe one beat, but most of my beats I never put free because ain't shit free over here.
Clock it.
Right. Then again, I just started realizing like even when you do advertise something that's free, or even if it's a type beat, everything's about popularity. And I wasn't being consistent enough uploading type beats to YouTube. So my channel did start to grow a little bit, but then it fizzled out when I stopped posting altogether.
Mm.
And then starting back, I was like, oh man, I'm back to only getting like 80 plays, and a lot of people wasn't really like hitting me up for that. And then even in the studio, I think at that point I started saying, well, instead of me going on YouTube having strangers grab my beats, I meet maybe 30 artists per month. Surely enough, 3 out of these 30 might buy something. So at that point, I just said, I'm not going to do type beats anymore. I don't want to put my music up and make it that accessible.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, that's what I value about B Dub, because he said, I don't have it, and you can't go to YouTube and get any of my beats.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Timberland, Kanye, Pharrell,
You got to get in a session with
you
them.
got to get in the room with these brothers. And unless they press play in front of you, you'll never hear it or see it or even have it. And I was like, yeah.
Until like 10, 15 years later on a documentary, they playing behind the scenes footage.
Hey, look,
That'll be it.
I'd rather that, because I
Mhm.
actually have had a beat that, and I didn't take it no type of way, but I think it did help because the dude hit me up and told me he had used one of my beats.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, man,
We like those artists.
I did something to your track. I hope you like it, man. I rocks with your production. I was like, all right, yeah, send me the link. I'll check it out. And I listened to it and I heard my tag and I'm like, yep, that is my beat.
Mm.
But hey, shout out to him for letting me know.
Yeah.
No, you know, and I ain't trip. I ain't asked for nothing. It's just up, you know.
Side note, you ever thought about getting B Dub on Billionaire Talk?
I, I actually haven't thought about it.
Interesting. Since we brought up his name, that would be an interesting conversation. Producer to producer.
I hate to do this publicly, but I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead. I feel like I know.
You know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know if I got the numbers.
I mean, what you trying to do with
I
it though?
mean,
Like,
you know,
it's all love, be done.
I don't know who's a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's all
mean, are
love.
you trying to market it or like what
we
you
gotta
doing?
get you. We gotta get you.
We got to
This is
talk
you.
about you, man.
But yeah,
So I guess my other question, right? Because I've had talks with you. I think I might have talked about this with B Dub as well,
mhm,
and even Tampa as well.
mhm.
Would y'all consider make like maybe 25 quick type beats and then do the whole BeatStars thing and advertising thing and make it super cheap? Because I feel like that might be a good passive income. Because I see some of these beats on YouTube have like 20,000, 100,000 views. If enough of those people, even if you just go by like the 10% rule or whatever, where 10% of people who view it actually go through and buy it at the little $20 to $40 price mark for a little lease, because that's all they can do, that might be a decent income. But is that something that you might want to do? Have you thought about that? Or you would rather keep that exclusivity of a Hugh Stefner production?
Have you heard of my Gold Friday beat pack?
Gold
Do you remember that?
from a long time ago,
Mm,
from 6 months ago,
not that current. Basically,
from a minute ago.
I have explored that option.
Hmm.
So I have tons of beats on my hard drive
Mm-hmm.
that haven't been placed or used or
Even what you feel like is a throwaway, yeah,
yeah.
all of it.
So to get to it, I took, I think I took 80 beats
Mm.
of different genres,
Yeah.
West Coast, R&B, pop, hip hop, or
Yeah.
things I've touched. Afro, I think even Afrobeat, and 80 beats I was selling for the price of one, 250.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's ridiculous.
And the people that know me, you know what I'm saying, I actually am good at what I do. So
Mm-hmm.
you getting all that for the price of one beat. So I was selling 80 beats for 250.
Oh, you mad? Mad man.
So you know what's crazy?
Method to the madness. It was crazy.
This is when I figured out it don't matter how much you mark your stuff down. It really just depends on your popularity, because just like Gucci, people are going to spend their last dollar if they ain't got it. They'll find a way to get Gucci because they want to be a part of that. They want to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I
I
realized.
thought you were talking about Gucci Mane at first.
No.
But you meant the brand. Okay.
The brand.
Right.
And he's silly. And I just say, you know what? I think at this point, I just have to really build my brand of Steph C, Hugh Stefner, to where people just like, oh man, his beats is 500, but I gotta have a Steph C beat. I gotta have a beat on my project.
Yeah.
So yeah, that because actually, me and Trends, we do have, or yeah, I guess you could say we still have it. We have a BeatStar page where we were selling our stuff.
Noisy
Noisy
neighbors.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
And it did a little something here and there, but it's the same thing. We're not like a name that's out there. We're known locally through artists who come through the studio, and that translates to Hugh Steph. I have to do something to make my name big enough to where people they're coming across it. So yeah, the whole type beat thing. At this point, nah.
Do you think that would be fixed by just doing YouTube ads? Or no?
Well, I know you do specialize in that, and I definitely still have to get with you on that. I may actually try it. I haven't tried it yet. But even so, when I do see, I try to put myself in that situation to where if I was the person running the ads or viewing the ads, because the one thing I do think that stands out with me is compared to a lot of other people, I actually do give people's music a listen and give it a chance. So if I see the ad, I'm gonna check you out. If you come up to me and hand me your CD, I'm actually gonna check it out before I just say fuck it. And now, what I do know is not everybody treats ads like that. So if I put an ad out, I do have the thought of how many people are actually going to take the time to actually pay attention to it, and then
Who after 6 seconds are gonna just skip over it.
exactly. So until then, I have said, all right, let me try putting out content that people who actually do support me, because I do have a few, they can see how I live, not live, but how I am on a day to day basis, whether I'm out vlogging at a park, I'm exercising, hitting a heavy bag with the boxing, or music, or even gaming now,
Cooking.
cooking.
Yeah.
So,
Hugh
and it's helped me.
chef.
Huge chef, even cooking the food, yeah, like literally
Hey,
cooking.
if you listen, if you decide to do a food page, Hugh Scheffner.
Oh yeah, you already know. That's
Yeah.
I actually have hashtags.
Have you done Scheffner already? Have you thought of that? Is that original from me? Did I just give you that?
Hugh Scheffner.
Yeah.
Let me think about this for a second.
Say that it's new.
Say that is new.
Is it new? I'll be having ideas for people, man.
What you know? What I'll give you partial credit because
Okay.
of the accent, the thing that you do when you be like Hugh Scheffner.
Hugh Scheffner.
That kind of does sound like chef.
Hugh Scheffner.
Is it?
It's
chef?
completely different. It's Hugh
Oh,
Scheffner.
I can't give credit.
It's Schneff. Oh, so I didn't do the do the Scheffner. That's wow.
But no, because
Right then.
damn, what was the other name? Oh, Chef C. When I was still going as Steph C, I said Chef C.
I like that too.
So when I changed it to Hugh Steffner, I was like Hugh Scheffner.
Scheffner.
Yeah.
I thought I had it first. Okay.
Hey, I mean, it's
I'm
right. You
just
right there.
I'm the reminder.
You the reminder.
There you go.
As a matter of fact, you actually are the only other person who's said that. No one else has called me.
But Chef C.
I've been called Chef.
Chef C. I like that too.
Chef C like that?
Chef C and Hugh Scheffner. Yeah.
Hey man, got a nice little ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I will actually do the cooking thing. I just mentally have to get there to really open up that door because I don't want to half-ass anything. Like,
I think just do it as you enjoy it. Don't even put any pressure on it.
I think I'm thinking too much because I know me. I'm simple. I can eat the same. With my diet, I can eat the same stuff.
Yeah.
And I can hear it now. You can always make the same stuff. Like, where are you gonna make?
You always watch the video, nigga.
There you go. You know what?
Here you are commenting again.
Now you made that, and I'm going to use that for when that does happen. Like, well, stop watching the damn video. It's going to be the same thing. Somebody like it, and it's new to somebody.
It's new. It's always going to be new to somebody.
You know what? It's crazy how different concepts across, different skills translates back to music.
Yeah.
That's what my beats or even my the sounds we use to make the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me dive into a little bit of my Jersey style, my Jersey club production style. I have maybe 3 different kicks I'll use. There's a hi-hat that I like to use. The only thing I'll change about it is the pattern. So most of the instruments I use are the same as far as like the kick, the snare, and stuff like that, but I'll just change the pattern to make it a little different.
Yeah.
I did get to a point where I was thinking like, damn, with this Jersey club stuff, like I keep using the same stuff. How soon before someone picks up on that before they start to hit me like they did the baby? They're like, yo, you sound the same on every. I personally don't think the baby sounds the same on all his records, or all his records sound the same. I think there is slightly a difference if you really
Okay.
just me.
Okay.
But then I just had to, like you said, it's going to be new to somebody. There's a billion people who still haven't heard Pose, who haven't heard Neon Love, who haven't heard You and Your Best Friend.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, what's the slogan again?
Fuck it.
Why not?
Why not?
That shit really works.
Best motto
It
ever.
works for so many different things.
Even people trying to tell me, because a lot of people have tried to tell me to, oh, Lex, you do too much. You're going to confuse people. But yeah, a lot of people have told me that. And I consider it dumbing myself down if I do that or shrinking myself. I get the thinking behind focus on one thing, but I don't feel like that would be true to myself if I only focus on one thing versus exploring everything that comes naturally to, like that I like naturally, you know?
How do you do too much?
Um I'm an engineer and I'm an artist and I sing. Oh, but you also rapping. Oh, but you act too. Oh, and you do podcasts. Oh, and you have Lexi quotes and you're doing book reviews. Just people just tell me that I do too much and
Okay,
like I'm pulling attention in too many different directions for people.
I just wanted to make sure that that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make sense to me because when you look at a Beyonce, Beyonce's been in movies. Beyonce is a singer.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a writer too, right?
Yeah.
She's a writer.
She's
She
had her rap
manages.
era
She has a label. She has product, cosmetic lines, and so forth.
for hair.
Look at the Jay-Z's and the Dame Dashes. That whole movement was fashion, music, movies,
Mm-hmm.
film. So, and then matter of fact, for me, when Mike Will and Eardrummers like became really big,
Mm-hmm.
I kept hearing the term that as a producer you have to have many hats.
And not just hi hats.
Bars. She
Ah.
did another one.
I'm so funny.
So that's why I'm listening and I'm just like,
Yeah.
you can never do too much. You actually have, that's how you sell yourself as a brand.
That's what I was thinking.
Lexi, the brand, Lexi's now known as this.
And even down to my car, right?
Not the
Eventually,
car.
I want to get endorsed. Eventually, I
Oh,
will be endorsed by Lexus. Because Lexi and Lexus, come on.
why not?
It's a beautiful pairing.
Yes.
Eventually, I'm going to get that.
I want that for you.
But if I don't show how multifaceted I am, like, I don't think I would appear to be as successful as people think I am if I stayed only being an artist or only being an engineer.
Which is true. You can't stay in the box. I don't think I would be, um, I'm not going to say that. I do understand that the fact that I do other different things has helped me even more.
Mm-hmm.
But I know me, I'm going to find a way either way. So if I did put myself in the box and just be a producer, I'd make a way. But nah, like, I like the fact that I am known for other things. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, as the modern producer, today's artist, you do have to be specialized in these different things because that's your value. People can place you in different things when you do different things.
Exactly. Makes you more appealing when your image can be versatile, which has always been my belief. Yeah.
I agree. I think that's why Drake is one of the biggest artists because he's touched multiple genres. He can sing, he can rap. He does what Drake does. So hey, it works. Why not?
Yeah.
Versatility has always been any artist that's versatile has been my most talked about artist.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then, oh, I hope I don't lose the thought.
So
Thinking back to the whole success thing,
bring it on.
and it's on the tip of my mind. It's escaping me. It's gonna come back.
It'll be back.
It'll be back.
They always come back.
You said Drake and multifaceted, diverse, success. I don't know. It'll come back to me.
Oh man.
Dang. I hate when that happens.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I love when it comes back.
Yeah.
Feels like I did that. I triumphed over this.
Dang, it's gonna bother me though. What the heck was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh my gosh.
Yo, this is really heavy. Like my wrist actually.
Your wrist hurt.
Have y'all seen me switching hands? Pause. Pause. Y'all play too
There you
much.
go. No Diddy.
I say that. This microphone.
It might catch on.
I think so.
I mean, that's a big grip you got in your hand
All right,
there.
now I see.
Pause.
Super pause. Yeah, no, that's I know that's coming from you, but no, that's still a pause. That's
Yeah. Pausable moment.
oh man, yeah, that's no. That doesn't work. No.
Oh man.
Wait, okay, run it back. Maybe okay, let me adjust.
Okay.
You said say again? That's a
The big grip you got there.
I found the
That's why your hand hurts.
bruh, come on,
right.
man. You just made it worse.
Pause.
Yo. Oh man, no, you made it worse. I actually just found to where that's not a pause, but then you just
Yeah,
that was
I took it
awful.
too far. Took it far.
Oh man, yeah. I think on that note, we're gonna close out. Unless is there anything else that you want to cover in today's session?
I just really wish my thought would come back to circle back to the success thing and being multifaceted. It must have been something like you just never know where things are going to lead you. So explore everything that piques your interest. There have been a lot of times where I'll use the example of meeting Omarion, right?
Okay.
I've loved Omarion since I was little. B2K days. And then he went solo. I've been following his whole career. But I did not get the opportunity to meet Omarion in a music setting. I got to meet Omarion face to face because he came out with a book and did a book signing at a library. And that's how I got to meet him and touch him and see him in person. Touch. Touch. But that would be one example I would give of you never know. Like when people tell you you're doing too much, I don't listen to it because you never know where those things are going to lead you to. Oh, I got another example. I met Waka Flocka kind of on a music tip. For me, it was on a music tip. For him, it was on like a technology investment opportunity, right? So I got hired to sing at like a launch event for some new algorithm that was supposed to be like a blockchain, cryptocurrency, and all this stuff. So I got to sing 2 songs for this event. Waka Flocka was there because he was a potential investor into this technology.
Okay.
So I met Waka Flocka because of that event. If he wasn't exploring like different technologies and cryptocurrencies, he would not have been there. Now, luckily, my singing gift put me in that space, but it was his curiosity in the technologies and blockchain and crypto that brought him to that space. I met Omarion because I love to read. He came out with a book. There was an opportunity to meet him at a book signing. So, yeah. People tell you you're doing too much. You're not doing too much. Explore everything. Don't sit on your gifts. You might discover more gifts just by naturally being curious about other things that pique your interest. That's what I would close out on.
And to add to that, if they're saying you're doing too much, do more.
Do more. Hashtag do more.
Do more.
Because they ain't doing enough.
They ain't doing enough. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
This has been Billionaire Talk. Keep it locked because we're going to be coming back with more. This was fun.
It was fun. You could chop up a whole bunch of
Man.